Hello everyone, Auburndale Sub Productions here. And yes, I am doing another model railroading video. Haven't done these in quite a while. It's mostly been plane spotting and rail fanning. But I'm going to start posting model railroading videos again because I am currently underway in a project. Well, two of them actually, and I'll get to that shiny new Am fleet sitting back there in a minute. So I'm going to discuss what I'm doing with this Athearn Genesis P42 engine 184, the Phase 4 Heritage unit from Amtrak. Again, this is made by Athearn Genesis. I just want to say a couple of things before we really get into it. Good luck trying to find these. No, this engine is not for sale. Don't bother asking me. The answer is no. I am not selling this engine. I'm not putting all this work into the engine just to sell it. I'm putting the work into it because I'm keeping it, and I want to put the work into it. But anyways, as you know from the last video, we finished the GPS dome. Yes, it was painted. Yes, I know it technically should be white, but then a person on Amtrak Modelers showed a picture of the GPS dome so heavily weathered it looked like it was painted gray. So that brings me to my next thing, and we'll get to that in a little bit, but I want to show you this. This is the new exhaust stack that I have installed onto the locomotive. I've taken off the stock exhaust stack, and a guy on Amtrak Modelers on Facebook was offering these new, more prototypical exhaust stacks for sale on Amtrak Modelers. I think they were like $5 for two of these things, something like that. It was a pretty good price, so I purchased 8 of them. Painted it in light gray. This stuff matches perfectly with the rest of the loco. Yeah, it's a pretty decent match, actually. And, well, you're probably saying, well, okay, the locomotive's finished. No. Auburndale Sub Productions is not quite done with this locomotive yet. The next step with this locomotive, we're going to be doing some weathering. Specifically, soot. And just soot. I'm not going to put dirt on the side because with the Amtrak locomotives, they do get washed. So they're not like a CSX or UP or just a freight locomotive in general. They're not going to be too rusty, though. There's a few units running around that do look pretty crappy. But I'm not going to do that with 184 because from pictures I've seen and my personal experience catching 184, they do a fairly good job in maintaining her, and she's not all beat up like some of the other engines are. So I'm only going to put exhaust soot on the top, running down the middle of the locomotive, and gonna do a little bit emphasis of weathering on the horn and the GPS dome. Weather that up a little bit with soot. Running down the middle of the locomotive with the soot again. Probably gonna use that brush for the middle part. And then when we get to the exhaust trench, where the exhaust stack sits in, the little trench they have there, I'm going to use this guy to go in and weather in there with the soot. And this is going to be a little bit more heavily weathered than the rest of the body. The roof part will be. Then after that's done, running through the middle again, weathering the grill, the fan grill, the vents here, all along here, and on the other side are all going to be blackened with soot to make the vents pop out a little bit. Again, lightly weathering them, not too heavy. You don't want to overdo it with the soot. And then, when the locomotive is done, we're going to work on this guy. And we're going to put seated people. I'm going to turn these guys into seated people, but I also have seated people down there. And I'm going to install people in a lighting kit that comes from Walthers into this Amfleet and decal it. And I'm going to do that with 3 other Amfleets, and that will finish the project. So everything's come along smoothly so far, and hopefully by the end of the month I'll have this project done. I'll let you know how it turns out when everything's done. When I work on the Amfleets, I'll do a video of how I open them up, how I install people, and how I put the lighting kit. And I'll put that up on YouTube for you guys to help out. And I'll do a video when this guy is done. Thanks for watching. Auburndale Sub Productions, out.